covered in velvet now. Someone's got to stroke my drapes, so I might as well look beautiful, right? So, I love that rendition of The Sound of Music. I actually was obsessed with it in like the 3rd grade. I was so worried that I wasn't going to meet a man when I grew up, so my strategy was become a nun, get placed into a family of a rich man, and marry him. I literally spent 2 weeks at a convent studying the nuns until I realized that none of them had that strategy. And so then I played 7 Minutes in Heaven instead and found a whole new path of... You'll hear more about that path later on. So, Soul Camp. It's my 3rd time here. Yeah, it's great. And I feel really lucky because this time I got downgraded to the dorms. Which is awesome because in the dorms, you don't get your own bathroom. And I was having trouble finding it. A couple times I wandered into the men's bathroom. I mean, that part was on purpose. However, when I was finding the ones for me, what happens is the root chakra area, it gets a little shy in public. And so what happens is nothing is being released. And so I'm going through the day feeling this tension, feeling this tightness because nothing's been released. And every time I try to get an opportunity, it's like so scared that someone's gonna walk through the door and like catch me in the act, right? The release. And so this interesting thing starts to happen because nothing is coming out. Everything is just percolating inside of me. You know what I mean? Like it wants to come out, but instead it's just kind of going off within here, right? It's like explosions that are happening. And like sometimes I can write it off as like, oh, I'm just hungry, right? But I said that the other day, and someone's like, didn't you just eat lunch with me? It's digesting, right? So usually I just go for a walk and hope things air out. So speaking of shit, when I became an entrepreneur, there was this thing going around of like, you gotta make shit happen, right? Go for your dreams and you will make shit happen. And I was like, what? I'm leaving my corporate job to make shit happen? I can't even do it at Soul Camp, and now I gotta be expected to make 6 figures doing this? What? Can't we use another term? And then I got into the spiritual entrepreneur world, right? And what they do, today I'm gonna manifest some badass shit. You have spiritual powers and you're manifesting badass shit? What are we doing? Is this why I'm still single? It's crazy to me, you know, and we have, so we have this ability to manifest. We have these powers. We have this ability to work with our angels, with the universe. We know about this law of attraction. And the law of attraction will bring us what it is that we desire. And a lot of times we can communicate through signs, which is really awesome. I love signs. Who here loves signs from the universe, right? From their angels, from their guides, right? And it's beautiful because all you have to do is just ask a question. Will this happen for me? Am I on the right path? Will this guy ask me out? Right? And what happens if you don't get your sign? Are you just like, you know what, great, you know what? Thank you so much for clarifying that for me, universe. I don't need to quit my job. He's not gonna call me back. Great, I am so glad. Is that what we do? No, I gotta find my sign. Where's my sign? I ask for a bird and I see an owl. Is that the same thing? Let me call up all of my friends and figure out if this sign is valid or not so I can move forward with my life. Right? I had this one guy, he was like, how come you didn't text me back? And I was like, do I tell him I didn't see the purple butterfly to let me know? I'm a little out of hand here. And I found that, I was mixing some of my Catholic guilt that I had when I was younger into this like spiritual guilt. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, I didn't, do this today. I forgot to make a wish at 11:11. Am I gonna be okay? I wore a little bit of color to my Kundalini class. What's everyone gonna think? There was this one time I found myself in Ojai with a shaman, and I was like sitting in this corner like confession, and I was like, forgive me, universe. Please bless me for my sins. It has been 3 days since my last meditation. I watched 2 hours of the Kardashians. And I judged someone, but I said it was my intuition. And also, I ate cheese. It wasn't nut-based. That's the world that God lives in, right? But you know what's interesting again, growing up Catholic, being in the spiritual world now, I kind of like to merge them together. I realize, there's so much I can take from it now, right? I can channel Mary Magdalene while I am having an experience with myself, envisioning Jesus coming upon me. I like to multitask, right? I like to get in a little prayer, get in a little love, raise my energy to the next level, right? That's how I tap into my higher self. And so, what's interesting though is, Jesus, I would swipe right for him. I say that every time. Like, he's amazing. We look at the Catholic Church now and who they embody. It's like the Pope. I would not swipe right for the Pope. I mean, I love him, but no. And so Jesus is really, he's been reincarnated, but he's reincarnated now as a hipster, right? So Jesus Christ is the original hipster. If you want to find Jesus, look who's driving your Uber. Who's running the shop at Blue Bottle? Who's walking around thinking it's cool to be broke? Jesus is the new age hipster, I'm telling you. So I gotta give it, lately, it's been a little dry on the intimate path, right? The only thing that I've been doing lately is a lot of Soul Cycle, because it's the only opportunity for me to ride something in the dark. You gotta do what you gotta do. So, I did have an encounter with a twin flame over the summer. I know. When a twin flame comes into your world, there's a connection, it's kismic. It doesn't matter that he's an asshole, he's your twin flame. It's your destiny. The universe says it's okay. He's allowed to, So I was like, well, then he's allowed to, So he did, and then he left me a little treat. One that I found myself in the doctor's office for, and the prince turned into a toad. So, and I had evidence. So, I'm in the doctor's office, and we're about to have a procedure to remove the toad bumps, and it was gonna burn, so I was really nervous, and I was just like, again, like, universe, come on, like, I've been so celibate for so long, like, the one time, right, you gotta do this to me, and so I was really nervous. I was scared about the burning. I felt bad for my friend, and the doctor walks in, and she's like, hey, like, I'm here. I have a little bit, or she goes, Danielle, I'm here with the stuff. Like I said, it's gonna burn, but I have brandy. And I was like, that's kind of weird, but I was like, I'll take some brandy for the pain. And then in walks this woman. She's like, this is my nurse assistant, Brandy. I was like, oh, get it. So I'm leaving Soul Camp single once again. I'll see what happens in round 4. So I love you guys. Have a good day.
Danielle, come back here. I don't think you were fully acknowledged, sweetheart. Ladies and gentlemen, Danielle!